Peace, brothers and sisters. This is Dr. Siddiqui Chebaye, and I'd like to once again, thank you for blessing me to be able to enter into your home and to share with you the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that I have been blessed with by our Creator in honor of our ancestors. All of us have something to offer, all of us have a talent and we must find out how we can make a contribution to the upliftment of our people, that we may show more love and respect for ourselves and towards one another. Today's topic I'd like to share with you will be, are you willing? The question is, are you willing? Now, first and foremost, as I do, I like to give you the meaning of words so that we can understand, fully, what is presented to you. I would like for you to receive everything that I'm giving to you the way I'm giving it to you. So I have to make things as clear as possible. And willing means to be ready, to be eager, or to be prepared for something. To be ready, to be eager, and prepared for something. Now, most people, and also what I would like to say to you before we go any further is that willing is personal. Everything is personal. So we must be more intentional with our will to do what is necessary to get from point A to point B. And so most people say that, oh, well, I had no choice. Well, you must understand that you had a choice to say that I didn't have a choice. But unfortunately, most of our choices are unconscious. 70 to 80% of our choices are unconscious. And we must be more conscious of our choices because choices are seeds that you plant. And it can be conscious or unconsciously planting them. So, right now, at this moment in our lives, what is happening to us is because of the choices that we planted yesterday. I can't emphasize that enough. The choices have a future. It's just a matter of time. It doesn't come up all at once, but it comes up when it's ready. So, whatever's going on in your life, know that it came from your choice. So, let's be willing to be more intentional with our choices. Now, most people often make excuses. We got to not make any more excuses. Be willing to man up and woman up and mind up and do what need to be done to take you from point A to point B as smooth as possible. We have to do that for ourselves because everybody's held accountable for what's going on in their lives and their choices and all, irregardless of who's there or who's not there. A lot of things you're going to hear me say it again because repetition is the key to learning. That's why when we go to these dumbass schools or these schools that make us fools, then we are willing to go over things over and over and over and over and over again, even take it home over and over and over again so that we can get it. So we have to do that intentionally within ourselves in order to transform ourselves, our minds, and transformation. What happens when transformation is there? Transformation creates change, it creates growth, it creates the ability to adjust, it allows you to keep moving, and it allows you to metamorph. Means to come out of the cocoon and become this beautiful monarch butterfly that we really are. and to pollinate all of nature to be a beautiful thing. That's the power of the mind of man. That's the power that our Creator gave us. And He also gave our ancestors the blueprint so that we can have some meaning and direction and some purpose instead of going all the way around the world trying to find the answer, but it's right there in front of you. So all we have to do is to keep the ones who are here to keep our mind's eye on the spiritual ancestors, because we are the physical ancestors having a spiritual or having a human experience. So keep your mind stayed on thee, the ones before you. That's just how simple things are. But a lot of us must be willing to embrace the processes of life. We must be willing to embrace the processes of life, which the processes of rearranging our thinking, rearranging our habits. We must be willing, we must fight hard to do that. Sometimes we fight the wrong fight. We need the fighting is always from within out. As within, so without. Now, if I see your reality, then I can almost know what's going on the inside of you. So those who say you don't know me like that, you need to stop saying that, because some of us know. Because if I know me, I know you. If I understand my mind, I understand your mind, because there's only one mind. So let's be willing. And I know that it hurts sometimes because we've been in the dark for so long. And I can't emphasize that enough either. They put us in the dark for so long. When the light comes on, it hurts so bad we want to put the lights out instead of adjusting to the light. But we must be willing to be more intentional, because most people are only willing to go but so far. And it is not for everybody to make it to the finish line of dignity and integrity. It's not for everybody, because a lot of us were born in cursed families. When you read the scriptures, because of the adults, the Creator deemed that your family will be cursed for generations to come. Now, we can see evidence of that today. Look at our children, the wholeness of our children. They are a result. They are the effect of the cause. The adults, the elders are the cause, but our children are the effect. So we need to stop blaming the effect and be willing to make an adjustment on the cause. And it can be painful, but guess what? We got to be willing to find a way, because where there's a will, there's a way. Know that your life is based on your willingness. Your willingness to do what? To always do better. To always do better. A lot of people say, oh, I've done my best. Well, sometimes your best is not good enough. So what should you do? Do better. Which is an indication that they lied to us again. And I said this before, that the order of things is good. They said it's good, better, and best. No, it's good, best, and better, because best means you come to your end. Better means there's always room for more. So let's always be better than we were before. So the thing is what's better than better, better. Always improve, always transform, always be willing to have room to move forward. Because transformation is the key to it all. And we must grow. We must change. Other than that, we're rotting, we're decaying. Because either you're growing or you're going. Your choice. Which one is it? Remember we used to say shame on them the first time, shame on me every time after that? Well, that still applies. So therefore, we need to stop pointing the finger, especially at each other, because all of us been had. So why are we blaming each other? We need to be encouraging each other. We need to be motivating each other. We need to be inspiring each other. That's what you call unity, community, common unity. We must be intentional and be willing to go there in spite of where everybody else is going. Now, you can sometimes be around a lot of people, still feel like you're alone. But guess what? When you're representing and honoring something that's bigger than you, then you're a team player. And whatever you do is for the team. So let's start representing the team. Stop making excuses and challenge yourself. Challenge. In other words, to know who you are. Challenge yourself to know who you are. That's the key to it all. If you know who you are, everybody else have an opinion. And God gave everybody the right to have an opinion, just like he gave everybody behind hole. But guess what? Your opinion don't have to be my reality. It's just an opinion. See, when you know something, you know it. So therefore, you know it. So always operate on the level of knowing. That's the actions of a wise person. And then above all thy getting, get understanding. And no one can touch you after that. So we must stop making excuses. Always be more than your best. Always be more than that. Be willing to continue to get higher and higher in life. Remember what we used to sing in church? Jacob's ladder goes higher and higher, but for some reason we got stuck somewhere. We must keep it moving because we don't want that stuff behind us to catch up with us. We want to get far from that. Keep on growing and keep on learning. You can't go wrong. Now, most of us throw ourselves at the mercy. Let's really take a look at this. Most of us throw ourselves at the mercy of losers and negative people with faces and titles. A lot of us can't get over the faces of the person instead of looking at the energy that they're entertaining. If the energy is not right, then you better be careful. But sometimes we be picking and choosing depending on who it is. No. Keep your balance, and it's not always who it is, but it's always what it is. But who it is can make what it is worse because you care. Those are the ones you have to really be careful with because most of the time our hearts are in the way. Anytime you approach an issue or go into a battle or a war, the first thing you do or should do is to be willing to guard your heart. Because if you don't, you'll even get yourself killed or get everybody else killed because you're too emotional. You're feeling too much instead of knowing. Never let your heart lead the way. Always let your mind lead the way. Because everything is mind. Everything you see came from the mind. And we have the ability to change it anytime we feel like it. Just go within your mind and visualize what you want. And if you hold on long enough, your mind is like a magnet. It will draw that to you. But we don't have the patience. We got to be more patient with ourselves. We patient with these fools that we care for, but we got to be careful how much we care. Sometimes you got to dust your feet off, turn around and walk away. Most people make the excuses, well, I don't want to turn my backs on them. No, they turn their backs on themselves. You think they care about you? Everything starts at home, in your mind. As within, so without. Keep those principles in mind. Our ancestors passed them down to us. We must embrace them and move forward as a team player. We must be willing to go over and beyond the call of duty. We must be willing because, as I said before, our reality always starts from within. And whatever's going on with you on the outside, you can almost know what's going on the inside. Because one thing about rot starts from the inside out. You know, our blessings start from the inside out. Everything starts from the inside out because of the fact that we are complete, but yet incomplete. The completeness is that everything is there. But the incompleteness is we have to be willing to embrace processes to bring those things that's within out. That's balance. And you can't fool energy, you can't fool life. Some people you can fool, but a lot of people you can't. And just because they don't say nothing don't mean they don't know. That's old school. They'll just look at you. And once they look at you a certain kind of way, you feeling that. And they didn't even open up their mouth. So that goes to show you that the real communications is not opening up your mouth. The real communications is feeling each other. Mental telepathy. The science of feeling one another. And we used to say that, remember? Hey, you feel me? But we let that go as though it was a cliche. We texting each other, all on the computers and all of that. How are you going to feel anybody if you're doing that all the time? I want to feel you. I want to embrace you. I want to greet you. You know, so we have to get back to our reality of feeling one another. You must be willing to do that, family. This is a serious situations that going on today. This is crunch time. God and our ancestors are watching to see who the real warriors are. And you have to qualify yourself to be a warrior. All this coronavirus is going on, the flu virus and all of that, that's nothing but bad bacteria. And it will only get you if your immune system is not strong enough. Stop tripping over these names that they're giving to try to scare you. Everything is about scare tactics. We're dealing with master magicians and master illusionists. They're always creating illusions, and we suckers for it. As soon as they come out with something, we throw God right out the window. I can't say that enough because it's true. And what is the saying? And the truth? God say, I will keep you in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on thee. But how many people believe that? See, we need to understand that our Father, the Most High, the Creator, God, allows certain things to happen to see where you are. Embrace the challenge. Understand that that's a challenge. And be willing to seek a process to get through it. Because the blessings is on the other side. The tougher the challenge, the bigger the blessings. Rev and all them not going to tell us that. They're going to always make us feel that everything is out of reach, that we can never touch that. But everything is reachable if you believe, if you're willing to go over and beyond your human nature. Be ye in this world, but not of it. That's the challenge. We have to be excellent at navigating in this world. We have to be excellent at that, because we must be intentional on fighting the right fight and stop fighting ourselves and one another. Because as I gave the illustration on my last video about the dog bit me with rabies, so I have rabies. Then he comes around and bites you. Now you got rabies. Now we looking at each other, ready to fight each other, destroy each other. No, we must unite and get that damn dog so it won't spread to our other brothers and sisters. So somebody have to be willing to develop the courage to go seek that dog and handle that. Man up, woman up, mind up for our future. We say we love our children, but we feel we don't have to prove it. See, the proof, you know, the truth is in the pudding. We have to put forth the efforts to make sure that we qualify ourselves. Qualification is the key, but you have to have a strong will. And the will, once again, is determined by how important it is to you. Are you willing? We're willing to qualify ourselves in this system to get this piece of paper we call degrees and diplomas to qualify us to get a job. This sounds like pure slavery. I can't say that enough. Because the most wise people didn't have no degrees. I'd rather have life skills than this dumbass education in these buildings. And now they're telling you, we ain't gonna teach you, go on a computer. Teach yourself. So you don't even have to think anymore, just push a button. See how they dehumanizing us? Because that's the way they are and have been. Just like the corona and the flu and smallpox and all this other stuff. They are the creators of it. And because we have a false sense of integration, we do the same things they do, so we get the same thing they get. So we can see it was always them. Now it's everybody. So you can never see the reality of things. See, you can't fool energy. We must learn, be willing to learn to mind our business. We're going to school for chickens, and we are eagles. And you think that they're going to teach us that we are eagles, knowing that eagles eat chickens? They might be stupid, but they ain't that stupid. They're not that stupid. So we must understand that we are the original man. We are the chosen ones. We are the children of God, of the Creator, the Most High, whatever name you want to call it. Because it's the same spirit. We must come together under one banner, and that's to honor and represent our glorious ancestors who wants the best for us. And when you need assistance, then tap into their energy and they will be there for you. You have to be willing to follow the process because it is what it is. It doesn't matter what you like and what you don't like. Life don't even deal with what you like and what you don't like. Life only deals with what you do. So let's begin to love ourselves and love one another as one. That's family. That's common unity. And that's what we should be striving for. Let us all be willing to change our reality. And the bottom line to it all is mastery of self. When you have mastered yourself, that is God. That is God. Don't get spooky over the term God. Again, let me remind you, that name came on the scene 7,000 years ago. So what were they calling it before that? So let's not allow these pimps in the pulpit, define us. And that's why I say study to show your self-approval. and lean not to your own misunderstanding, but rightly dividing the word of truth, the light. And once you have mastered yourself, which means your mind, and everything filters down, once you have mastered your mind, then that is God. So know thyself, for you know who you are. So if you know who you are, you know who God is. You get 2 for 1. And when you look in the mirror, there it is, the image and the likeness of God, the Father, the Creator, the Most High. And it's all in us. And that's why when you pray, you go within. You don't have to go in no building, family. You don't have to, no building has never saved anybody. It's all about your mind and your willingness to develop yourself to rise above this world. Be ye in the world, but not of it. And I pray that you have gotten something out of what I shared with you. Please receive it the way that I'm giving it to you and be motivated. Be willing to be motivated, inspired, and encouraged to go ahead on and move forward, irregardless of who's there or who's not there. Never allow anybody outside of yourself to define you. That's personal. It ain't nothing until you call it. So be careful what you call it. Family, I love you, I bless you, and I want you to prosper. Please push the like and the subscribe button, and every Saturday it will notify you that another video is coming every Saturday, and it's a different topic every time, but it's all about self-development, about our culture and our economics and our unity and our existence. So let's be willing to be a better person, and be a better example in spite of it all. Man up, woman up, mind up. Always keep your lights on and keep them bright at all times. And be willing to do your best and let God do the rest. Stay strong and keep your faith where it belongs. Because life is for the living. Let the dead bury the dead. And leave that meat alone. Because death is impossible for death to promote life. Let the food from the tree be your meat, which is fruit and nuts. That's what is nutrition, is nutrients to the body. It gives us energy. The vegetables builds the body, and the herbs heals the body. You see the 3, that's the pyramid. Energizes, builds, and heals. And God, the eye of God, is right there in the midst. I appreciate you, and I pray that your will become stronger and build the courage to go there in spite of it all. Have a blessed week until the next time, family, and be safe. Peace and blessings. Dr. Siddiqui Chebaye, your brother and servant. Peace.